The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 667. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a phenomenal woman on the show today. She is a serial entrepreneur, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to SoYoung Kang. SoYoung, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Sheena. It's so great to meet you, and really a privilege to be on your show and your podcast. Yeah, I really believe in humanizing the world, through the companies that I build. And so I am the founder and chairman of Awaken Group, a transformation design company, as well as Gnowbe, which is a new company that I launched 3 years ago, which is helping people be better using their mobile phones.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And SoYoung, what's your cultural background?
I'm a Korean American from New York.
Thanks for sharing that. And what'd be your favorite self-confidence quote?
My favorite self-confidence quote, I think the one that I don't know if it's self-confidence, but I talk a lot one of my favorite ones is where there's a will, there's a way. And I think it's the idea of, it's about persistence and hard work and intention. And that really is something that I kind of live by.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think it's a great confidence quote because you're just not going to give up, right? You'll just find a way. And it's not always easy, right? I mean, of course, there's days where you probably want to give up, but because there is a way, you'll have the confidence to find it no matter what happens. So it's a great quote that you mentioned. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
I think it's really a belief in yourself and a belief in your ability not to be great, but your ability to learn and to grow. And I think people sometimes confuse confidence with pride. And when you have very strong self-confidence, it should come from inside. And it's really irrespective of what people say about you, what people think about you, or your idea, or who you are. But it's that inner voice that says, I'm good. I'm imperfect. And I'm still good. I make mistakes and I'm still amazing. And so I think self-confidence is really a state of mind. And in some ways, it's a choice that I'm going to believe in myself and believe in the best of myself, that I'm on a journey, and give myself grace to get there.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. And SoYoung, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
I don't know if there was a pre and a post. I think there were definitely maturity, things that I had to grow and mature, whereas before I found my purpose and intention of how to use my confidence, I was I was definitely much more self-centered and much more driven and ambitious for the sake of building just things for myself. Whereas I think after I found my purpose and was able to align my confidence and my being to my purpose, I find it easier and more expansive to be able to really build great things for many people and build ecosystems and companies of people who actually share the same mission and get excited and are able to maximize their confidence and their purpose. So I think it's more about a journey of getting bigger, of expanding this capacity to care for more people, which I think is maybe the difference between the pre and the post for me.
Thanks for sharing that. And it's not always easy when, like you mentioned, right? You said you were ambitious for the wrong reasons, especially in the world we live in, right? We live in a society where stats is everything, numbers is everything. And we tend to compare ourselves, right? Like the comparing game is huge. It's like, oh, she has 1 million more followers on Instagram than I do, or, oh, they have the better house, car, and lot. And we have to realize those are just material things. And no matter how many material things we have or the status, if we don't work on ourselves, we will always be seeking the wrong things. Like you mentioned, you found your purpose, and finding purpose, gives us a different perspective on life, makes us realize there's something bigger out there than us, something bigger that can fit everyone in, because we know that it's going to help people out there. It's done with good intentions, and that purpose helps us gives us that confidence to keep going. And I like how you mentioned, after you're just expanding, right? Just room for expansion, whether it's you or helping others. Expansion is huge because we're always expanding, right? I mean, confidence is never a finish line type of journey. It's always going. It keeps going. And we always have new challenges, new setbacks, new roadblocks.
And it's not a linear path, like you said. And I think the idea of confidence is that, we will have setbacks. And when we have setbacks, it's absolutely human to lose confidence. And I think that, so it's not this up and to the right kind of a journey. It's actually a much more circular and roundabout journey of being able to, and it's okay to lose confidence at times. And then because as we emerge from that situation, we get stronger. And we can emerge stronger from having learned those experiences. So, situations will come and our confidence may ebb and flow, but our identity, which is deeper than that, I think it's important to have a solid and stable identity and a sense of self that regardless of the context, I'm good. Even if I made a mistake or I failed or something happened where my confidence drops temporarily. It's a temporary state, not a final state. And it's definitely not an indication of my worth.
Thanks for sharing that. And SoYoung, if a woman's listening to your episode and she's in her own journey to self-confidence, what would be that one tip you'd give to her?
No, I would say, look at yourself in the mirror truly, and ask yourself who you are and who you choose to be. And self-confidence all starts from knowing who you are and who you are being, and confidence will emerge from a clarity of your being. So invest time in understanding who you not only are, but who you choose to be. Because what's powerful in the human experience is the power to choose.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned, we have that power to choose, especially as Asian women. We feel like we never have that freedom to choose, right? But we do. Like no matter what, every situation, we always have that choice. And the more we can practice on, choosing things for ourselves, making our own decisions, no matter how good or bad they are. Because we're not, we're going to make some bad decisions in our life, but the practice of making your own decisions is, what's helping us become a stronger person. I think it's really important to mention that, we do have that power to choose who we want to be, to reveal our true selves versus hiding from a million masks that we do every day. So I really love that tip that you mentioned. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Sure. In fact, I guess the simplest place would be to go to my personal website. It's so-youngkang.com, and you'll read about a lot of the different projects and things that I'm working on, my 2 companies, my nonprofit, the book I wrote. I did a TED Talk actually on what are the masks you're wearing on the very topic you just mentioned, because I'm very passionate about how we can really humanize people and humanize not just individuals, but organizations, systems, cultures, and the world. So that would probably be the best place to go to find out more and get involved with some of the stuff that I've been working on.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with SoYoung, you can also head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for SoYoung's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank SoYoung today for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, SoYoung.
Thank you so much, Sheena, for having me. It was really a great pleasure.
Not a problem. It's really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com to check out cool resources, blog articles, show recaps, and so much more. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.